This place has had a much bigger impact than I thought. Every single person that I meet has said, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. What are you doing there? What is that? What are you doing? Or how this? Or they've seen the Christmas lights. We put 70 Christmas trees across here. But what I want them to do when they come around the corner, because I know I had places like that when I was a kid, I want them to be looking forward to it. It's a 1930s schoolhouse. We went back and did history. It was an 1858 log schoolhouse. Then in maybe around the late 1890s, it became a wood schoolhouse. And then in 1930, they tore that down and built the brick building that you see here that's a historical monument. So when I first had started, I knew we needed space. We thought about, okay, just build a little building here, a little garage. I didn't have a grand vision at the time, but I began to speak with my friend Steve. Steve brought a gentleman in named Darren. He goes, the trouble is, you and Darren are gonna get together and our 30-minute meetings will turn into 4 hours. And they did, but we had fun. We had fun riffing back and forth, and it's a great time. And once you see Darren, you're gonna understand why.
It's a dream to have somebody, reach out to you and say, hey, I've got this idea. I don't know exactly how to pull that together. We want to have fun doing it because fun matters. The process needs to be fun, otherwise why are we doing any of this? And so to have somebody reach out and really, lean on you and your expertise, whether it's design and construction, it's like, yeah, I'm all in, let's do it.
I'm a big fan of wood and woods of different kind. I'm a huge tree fan as well. So we began to look at some of the different ideas with timbers. And I loved every structure I looked at that I wanted to build had timber inside. I just love when you look at a timber building and you can see where seams come together and there's joints that come together. And the fact that these trees were at some point 50 or 100 years old, they're here to make a structure that will be solid and here for years.
There's not a metallic fastener in that entire structure. So this is, it's a historic construction topology delivered to a historic property and building. Those two things woven together, really, I think, make that building respectful and special. And so when you're looking for an inspirational space, you walk in, it's like a fine boat. Having the entire thing crafted by hand is pretty amazing.
What we wanted to do is when you walked in the front door, we wanted to create awe. And when people walk in now, the cool thing about that is I think it worked because the combination of everybody and all the ideas, when people walk in, oh my God, what is this? How did you do that? People think it's been here for 50, 100 years. They can't believe it's been just built last year or two.
He wanted the space to be welcoming, but he wanted everything you interacted with to have been really thought out, to be bespoke. A choice that said something to the people who interacted with it, right? So the hardware mattered, the faucets mattered, the floor you step on, right? That mattered. Putting your hand across the wood and just feeling that presence of all of those things visually and tactily, I think that's something that we pulled out of Chris, that the architect pulled out of Chris.
And it made a big difference. It's quality over, maybe you call it brevity. If I'm here for 50 years, will I lament the fact that I did something really quick over something that was very artistic or cool, or the metal over time patina is a really cool way? And I was very insistent that, no, let's do what's right. Just all those little things that most people don't think of that make things special, I didn't want to cut corners on.
It's really that combination of craftsmanship that I think reflects Chris's desire to care about people in general. When you sit in a space like that, you feel different, right? You feel special, you feel welcomed, you feel comforted. And that's really what he tries to give people.
So it's interesting how this all comes full circle. So we try to make sure the building is a good representation, a good place, a place to feel comfortable, to share ideas that maybe you wouldn't share with others, to give us that one hint going, that's what your 4 essentials are. So if this place helps that, fantastic.